السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحلقة العاشرة والأخيرة من حلقات الأفعال الاصطلاحية تأتيكم عبر الأستاذ قاسم التميمي. طبعا هي الحلقة الأخيرة من حلقاتنا اللي أعددناها خصيصا لجميع فئات الطلبة، إعدادية، جامعة، ما بعد الجامعة، دكتوراه، اللي بعده يقدر يستفاد من هذين العشر فيديوهات. إن شاء الله مثل ما وعدناكم أن هنالك بالقادم القريب أشياء جديدة راح تتنزل بالتوالي من بعد هذين الحلقات. عندنا 10 فيديوهات، فيديو تعريفي بكتاب النحو التحويلي، وهو كتاب ينضاف لهذه القناة وشرحه. Transformational Grammar، Introductory Transformation Grammar لبروس إل لايلز، 9 فيديوهات مقسمة على 18 فصل، كل فصل طبعا عبارة عن حلقة. اللي بعده راح نقل شوية نشرح بعد أو نكمل هذا العشر فيديوهات. عندنا بعد قصيدة وهي ذا الكياس اللي كتبت عام 1920، جدا مهمة وأنصحكم بأن تتابعونها، وهي كلمة بكلمة. نقرأ الكتابة الصوتية كلمة كلمة، تمام. بعد نقل شوية راح نشرح بالتليجرام الإنجليزي للرابع الابتدائي. بعد أن نخلص فورا منهج الرابع الابتدائي انطب على اليوتيوب نقتحم كتاب كورك والفصول المتبقية من كتاب University Grammar of English. واضح؟ فإن شاء الله الحلقة الأخيرة سنكون وفينا بقدر كبير من الأفعال الاصطلاحية الجدا مهمة. طبعا كل صفحة حوالي بالكثير 22 23 فعل اصطلاحي. لو طبعا تضرب ال 22 في 136 تقريبا يطلع لك اكثر من 2750 فعل اصطلاحي موجود في هذه القناة تحت قائمة تجريبية تسمى A Collection of Phrasal Verbs، تقديم الأستاذ قاسم التميمي. فعلى بركة الله نخوض بقمار آخر حلقة من حلقات الأفعال الاصطلاحية. فخلونا نبدأ. عندنا والله 21 تقريبا، يمكن هي 6. خلونا نشوفها. 7 ماخذينها يعني تقريبا ب7 قليلة، يعني 36 15 تقريبا روح 16 صفحة حلو، تمام. فنرجع إلى 21 ونكمل مجريات الحلقة الأخيرة من هذه الحلقات المباركة. Till I become sense unbelievable. The voices بالبداية لو كان حتى كلامي سريع لأنك تقدر تبطئ بكل سهولة الفيديو إلى 9x أو 8.8x على مود تستمتع بتطويرك للبرونانسيشن النطق، وأيضا المعرفة الزائدة بالأفعال الاصطلاحية. Tail off become sense orientable. The voice tailed off when she entered. Tail off decrease. Profits tailed off sharply in the last quarter of the year، يعني في الربع الأخير من السنة، يعني آخر والله ربع، والله عندك 4 عندك 4 يعني من الشهر التاسع هذا الشهر 12 اسمه الربع الأخير من السنة. As a result of the increase of the price of oil. Take after. تكون take after. Look like, resembles. Take after. يشابه هذا. He takes after his mother. Take apart. Take someone in pieces. She took the photocopier apart to see what had got stuck in it. Take aside, get someone along to talk to them. The teacher took her aside and said she had failed the exam. Take away, remove. The police took the protesters away. A take back makes someone nostalgic. يعني شبيه الحنين. The song always takes me back to when I was in university. take back, react, or retract at a statement, admit that something was wrong. I had to take back everything that I had said about them and when I learned how they had helped out. Take down, make notes, write it down for. Please took down his answer to their questions. Take down, remove. People to take down their Christmas decorations 12 days after Christmas. Take and absorb some information. The lecture was rather boring and I didn't take in much of what the lecturer said. طبعا lecture هو المحاضر. Take and deceive. She took me in with her story until someone told me the truth. Take and make clothes smaller. The jacket was far too big around the shoulders, so I had it taken in so that I could wear it. Take and assume care or support. The family took in the 3 homeless kittens يعني قطط صغيرة. Take it. Accept criticism. He is good at criticizing others, but can't take it himself. Take it out on. Abuse someone because you're angry. Whatever things go wrong, he always shouts and takes it. Connect the speech لازم تتقنه. Takes it out on me, even if I had nothing to do with the problem. Take it upon yourself. Take responsibility often without consulting other people. I took it upon myself to make sure he got up on time. Take off made great progress. The software house really took off when they produced the latest version of their DTP package. To reduce the price of an item, they have taken 10% of designer farmers frames for glasses. Take off when a plane took part of leave ground يعني تقلع الطيارة طير. The flight in for Dublin took off on time. Take off, remove. I was hot, so I took my jacket off يعني خلعت القمصة مالتي. Take on, allow passengers on a ship or plane. The plane stopped to Zurich, Switzerland, to take on some passengers. Take on, assume responsibility. She took on the task for indexing فصلة the book. Take on, employ. The council has had to take on 20 extra employees to handle their increased workload. Take out, borrow a library book. I took out all the books I need for the essay from the library. Take out, borrow money from a bank to other official lender. Jackie and Anil took out a mortgage to buy a bigger flat. Take out, extract or remove. The dentist took out all my wisdom teeth سنين العقل before they started causing any problems. Take out, go out socially with someone special, a date. I took her out to a restaurant last Friday night. Take out, obtain insurance. I took out some health insurance before I went backpacking around Latin America. Take out cooler murder. The gang took him out after he spoke to the public, to the police. Take over, assume control of a company or organization. The company was taken over by the Hong Kong bank that needed to buy a bank to get into the British market. Take over, start a job or position that someone had occupied before you. يعني تأخذ مكان شخص آخر، شخص قبلك. She took over responsibility for the project last month. Take to explain something to someone. He took me through the procedures before we started. Take to make a habit of something. He's taken to wearing a baseball cap since his hair started thinning more noticeably. يعني
شارع بداية ساقط. Take in, fill or accompany time or space. An awful lot of time or an awful lot of my time at work is طبعا كل عبارة عن اسم is taken up by pointless bureaucracy nowadays. Take up, make clothes smarter or shorter. The trousers were too long, so I took them up to make them fit. Take up, start a new hobby, pastime, etc. He took up a squash as he felt he had to lose some weight. Took around to persuade. He took them around to accepting his point of view. Talk about the problem and issue without really dealing with it. They talk around the issue without reaching a conclusion. Talk at someone or not giving them a chance to reply or listen to them. There is no point trying to convince them. They're just talk at you while or until you give up. Talk back, respond rudely يعني ترد على شخص. To respond in authority. The door was crossed because the pupil talked back to her. Talk down, tried to make something more important or sound less important. The company CEO took down the recent fall in shares, took down something not to jump off the high place to kill himself. A man was threatening to jump يعني كان يهدد الشخص بأنه راح يرمي نفسه من على فوق البناية وانتر حبيبي سفر إلى الله. Jump up building but the police tucked him down. Tuck down to يعني تتحدث بازدراء وأنك أعلى من شخص ما. Check you want to show your superiority not communication. Not communicate. She's a dreadful teacher and tucked down to her students instead of teaching them. Tucking her to persuade someone to do something. She didn't want to let me go, but I finally managed to talk her into it. Check out discussion problem or issue and find a solution. They had a meeting, كنا من مالي. They had a meeting to talk out how people felt. Talk out persuade something to not to do something. He was going to drive home after drinking a bottle of wine, but his friends talked him out of it. يعني شلون السوق وانت طاق لك ربعية مال العرق. Talk over discussion. We talked over the problem in our relationship, but couldn't sort things out. Talk on persuade. He took them around to accepting their point of view. Talk around, talk about the problem issue without really dealing with it. We talked around the issue, but we didn't reach conclusion. شنو ما أخذنا قبل؟ شنو ما أخذنا قبل؟ وصلنا talk through guide someone through an issue. The teacher took me through the test so I knew what to expect. Talk up makes something appear more important or significant than it really is. The government are trying to talk up the effect of their policies. Talk yourself out. Talk until you have nothing to be left. He talked himself out after a couple of hours and calmed down. يعني فضفض اللي بداخله. Tap for. Because someone off someone. He tapped him for a loan. Tap in to use and exploit a plentiful source for benefit. The company is hoping to tap into the Chinese market. Tap off with. Have a sex with. يا إلهي. He tapped off with someone at the party. كده طبعا. السكسي كله في بارتي يعني مستحيل يصير بالبيت. On Saturday, tap out, play a rhythm quietly. He tapped out the tune with his pencil while he was thinking. Tap out, use all the money available. How can we buy new hair without tapping out our savings account? Tap off, are pro football illegal to get them footballer to get them to change teams. Chelsea was accused to tapping him up even though he was under contract. Team up, work with someone to achieve something. They teamed up to the publicize فعل the issue. tear طبعا لو كان طبعا هذا tear بالفعل يعني tear بالكسر هي الدمعة. tear apart, disturb or upset greatly. People were torn. لأن tear اسم والاسم ما يتحول ما يصير تحويله هنا الفعل يتحول إذا tear tore torn apart وهذا torn apart وشنو المبني مجهول ماضي بسيطا torn apart when the news of the train crash come through. Tear at Paul tried to pull something to pieces. The fighters tore at each other. Tear away stop someone doing something unwillingly. I had to tear him away from the office for dinner. Tear away, recover, remove the surface violently. The roof was torn away in the hurricane. Tear down, demolish. The estate was torn down so that they could develop that land into luxury flats. Tear into, Kitana's angry strongly. She tore into me after losing it. Tear off, mashallah. كده tear هذا.
Tear off from a part of a form of letter using your hands, not scissors. يعني شو تسوي؟ تشق الورقة حبيب قلبي. She tore the slip off the bottom of the form and sent it to the checker check. Tear off, leave at high speed. The off was torn off and the car after arresting her. Tear off, remove with force. The storm turned the roof off. Tear off, depart rapidly. The sheriff tore out after escaping the criminals. After the escaping criminals. Tear up, rip. هدي شوي هدي. Into pieces. She tore the facts up and threw the bits. All the paper in the bin. مسألة المهملات. Tear up, destroy. They are tearing up the old part of the town and to build a new shopping center. عشان تكون ما shopping انتو. Tear up, have an eyes to fill with tears. Tear up, توقع tear. لا tear عبارة عن دمعة. Yes. Tear اللي هو الفيلم المزقة. Torn إذا كانت دمعة tear 100% ايش راح يكون الماضي التصريف يظل teared. تمام. After hearing the tragic news he teared up and could hardly speak يعني بكت أو بكى. tee off تبي TEE حبيب قلبي. Start or launch an event. The new project will tee off. Next month, tee off a place of a golf ball or short plastic or wooden stick before hitting in the starting hole. He tee off at the first hole. Tee off and know someone. It tees me off when they turn up late. Tee off on queer side. She teed off. طبعا هي تنتهي بالاي. ضيف لها حبيب بس دي حبيب قلبي بس دي ضيف لها كعبه. Tee off on me about the work I gave her. Tee up. Pick a from a boat or short plastic or wooden stick before hitting it at the start of the hole. She teed up 2 strokes ahead in the hole. Tapping preparations before starting or launching someone or something. They are teeing up for the conference tomorrow, Habib Galbi. Tell apart. See a difference between two things. They're identical twins, so I can tell them apart. لما أحكي لك apart ببطيء يعني احسبني أنا مستمتع باللي جاي أقول حبيب قلبي. Tell off. Chide. مو شيء هذه شوية. Talk angrily to something about something they are done wrong. Her fiance told him off. طبعا هو أنثى قالت له ما شاء الله. For arriving near an hour late. شنو السالفة؟ تكون مطعم؟ يا إلهي ماذا يحصل؟ Tell or report something to authority. The people told on the others for cheating. غش. أكو غش وأكو خيانة هذه شوية. And the teacher failed them.
text out cancel هاي قال لي شوية متها أنا prominent بسنك a text message. I was feeling too tired so I go text out to go and text out. think over هاي قال لي think over بالكتابة الأصلية مالتي شوي مالتنا حلو شو منا جيد أطمنا الله عليك think another thing لازم think هذا think think كده جيد. think over consider something carefully. I've thought it over and made a decision and have made up my mind. I'm going to take the job in Leeds. طبعا Leeds هي مدينة ليدز بإنجلترا. think through, consider all possibilities and outcomes of the situation. The plan fell through because they hadn't thought it through properly. think up, create and invent something, especially when lying. يعني لما تكون مستلقي لما تنظر للسقوف فالحياة أجمل. I had better think up a good reason for handing the job the working late. Threw away, discard بدي حيب قلبي something when you're no longer need يعني tell me شيء ما أنت تريده. I threw the alarm clock away because it had to stop working. Throw in, join a company. May I throw in with you? My companies, let me my companions رفقائي. My companions هاي قلبي. Let me behind. Oh, let me behind. Throw in something to a deal. They threw in the printer. So I bought it from them. Threw off, remove from item clothing quickly. Threw off my shoes and flopped on the city. Throw off, get rid of. It took me to throw off the cold. Throw off, produce a light rate. The lamp طلع البيحان قلبي. Throws off a lot of heat. Throw on, put clothing on quickly. I throw on the jacket and rushed away يعني قبل لبست بسرعة. لبست ملابسي بسرعة. Throw I get rid of it. I throw out all my old clothes to make some space in my wardrobe أخي زعلتي الملابس. Throw out, dislocate. Ever slipped at it and throw it. Dislocate يعني شايف لما مكان رجلك تصير بمكان آخر كتفك انخلع هو اسمه dislocate. Dislocate. And throw out his shoulder. Throw out, reject. And from the committee, throw the proposal out. Throw out or produce heat, fumes. The guards throws out a lot of smoke. Throw out, expel. طبعا throw out تعني بمعنى vomit. يتقيأ بمعنى الحياة. The school threw him out for smoking. يعني طردوه. Throw over in a relationship with someone. I'm having a sexual relationship. All the shitters, حبيب قلبي. She threw me over last night. Throw over, reject, refuse, accept. She threw over the agreement. Throw together, make an arrangement quickly. I threw the quickie dinner together before we left. Throw out, throw up, but out. Vomit. يعني تقيأ. The prawns she ate a lot made her throw up, and she had to go home early. Throw produced a problem resulting in etc. The talks كلها على بعضها اسم حبيب قلبي هدي شوي هدي بدنا نروح بدنا نهدى شوي. طبعا بالحلقة العاشرة لحد انت ما تعرف تترجم انت شنو جاي تسوي بحياتك. I tried to throw up some interesting possibilities. Throw up, leave a job or prison suddenly. She threw up her job to go traveling, you know. Throw up, create a cloud or dust of splash in water into the air. The road was pumpy. احكي لي اياها قلبي. Was pumpy. شو ما بإيدي ولا كذا pumpy صفة الكعب ولا كذا صفة. ايش بيقول ايدي ولا صفة شنو تخلي ولا pumpy. يا ابوي وكل حلقة اقول لك ايش كد احنا الفنا فيديوهات انت ما تلقفها.
and the car in front was throwing up so much dust that we could hardly see where we were going. Where were we? Where were we? Where were we? Oh, where we were. Where we were. Yes, where we were. Throw yourself out. Make sure. Whoa, what? شنو هذا? Make clear you are sexually attracted to someone. وكان منو كتب هذا الملف؟ He threw himself over, but she wasn't interested. Throw yourself into. Do something enthusiastically, energetically. Oh, energetically. أي ما تقول لك إياها. She threw herself into the project. يعني خلت كل عقلها ويا المشروع حب قلبي. Tick along. Tick. Make resume progress without any issues or problems. Things are ticking along at work while the director's away. معقول دكتور is hit a problem? Tick away past time. Then last few seconds ticked away and the team couldn't come back. Tick by past time. The second ticked by and the team failed to score. Tick off a night. She ticks me off when she doesn't reply to my emails. Tick off is cold. He ticked me off for arriving late. Tick off. Put a mark on item or less when it has been dealt with. يعني تخلي لي شخطة على هذا الشيء بأنك خلصت منه. She ticked off our names when we arrived. Took over, continue working, but without improving. The company ticked over while she was away on holiday. Took over operate without moving engines. The mechanic left the engine ticking over for a while to see if he could see what was causing the problem. Tied over, use something carefully so as not finish it. This £50 will have to tie me over until I get paid. Tidy up, put things in a correct place in the room. I tidied. Tie. D. It. Tidied or tidied. يعني أما ايدي أما تصير eat بالكسرة مالت eats. I didn't know my bedroom because it was a complete mess. Tied back, fasten or secure so that it doesn't obstruct. She tied her hair back before playing tennis. يعني ربطت شعرها إلى الخلف على مود بيض وجهه وطبعا شعرها أشقر. Tie down, secure something to prevent her moving. They tied him down to stop him escaping. يعني ربطوا الشخص على مود ما يهرب. Tied up, tie down, roll arm, structure and freedom. Marriage ties me down. Marriage on morning ties you down. Tie down. Stop people often puts on military going where they were needed. The army were tied down with the rebellion مع التمرد and couldn't help. Tie in and be connected support. The theory ties in with what the police have been saying. إلى النظرية تتفق مع ما قالته الشرطة مسبقا. have been saying شنو هذا شوية زمن مضارع تام مستمر مجهول ومعلوم. معلوم ليش؟ لأن ING وليس ED. هذا الزمن المضارع التام المستمر يكون have been being تصريف ثالث. شفت الفرق لو لا؟ tie in, associate or associate with. He is tied with somehow with a crime syndicate. Or syndicate. Tie in when occur at the same time. يعني the publication ties in with the 20th anniversary of the incident. Tie fast on something securely. They tied up the hostages so that they couldn't escape. أي ربطوا الرهائن.
tie up stop someone doing something. Work has tied me up all day or week. Tie up fasten. I tied up my shoelace. ربطت قطعا حذائي. Tie up block road etc. The convey tied up the road for an hour. Tighten up, make something more secure, function better. They're tightening up security for the president visit. Time out, enter or close because of time limit. يعني انتهى وقت. The program timed up before I could reply. Time up, enter or time out. End or close something because the time limit. The program timed me out after 20 minutes. Tip off, secretly inform police and authorities. People arrested a drug dealer after someone tipped them off. يعني نمموا عليهم خبروا عليهم. Tip over, spill, make something fall on its side. I tipped my coffees over and read my keyboard. Tire of بالتاير حبيبي. Get bored of something. She soon tired of the course and dropped out. يعني بطلت. Tired out makes someone exhausted. Working so much tires me out. Toddle or toddle. سلابك الله يحبكم. Total off, leave, go home. Getting late, I'm going to a total off home. Turn down, make something some more moderate or moderate يعني متوازن. The minister tried to tone down what she had said when the press started attacking her. يعني خليهم يخفف الوضع. To lab provide equipment. The company spent a lot on chilling the factory up. Till up of arm yourself or somebody. The gangster got tooled up before they went to the club. Tootle or toodle. Tootle. They depart. They got a length, so we are going to tootle off home. Chop off. Finish something in a special way. He complained for an hour and he chopped it off, started shouting his head off. Top out, sudden quitting, reaching the highest point. The temperature topped off for Jewish yesterday. 40 درجة سيليزية ولا كان 56 شفتها ايش بيك انت؟ شنو 40 درجة سيليزية؟ 40 درجة سيليزية احنا عندنا باردة. Top up. دمنت. Refer حلو something urgent طبعا انتبه يعني لما نصف الجلاس ممتلئ تجي النظرة الجميلة الصاكة الحلوة الرهيبة ادخلك فوق اللي عليه. Should I top off your drink while I pray myself on? Be my guest. Toss about. Discuss something freely and openly but not very seriously. We tossed things about before the negotiations. Toss something freely but not very seriously. We tossed their plan around a bit and they rejected it, you know. Toss back, drink quickly. I tossed back my beer and laughed. Toss down, drink quickly. I tossed a couple of drinks down before they arrived. Toss forward, make a decision by throwing a coin. شايفين الكوين؟ كتب الوطن راح نسميها. Then seeing which side lands face up, we toss for who would start. Toss off, write something quickly and carelessly. I tossed off the essay the night before I had to hand it in. Toss up, decide something by throwing a coin and seeing which side lands face on up. We tossed up to see who would kick off. يعني من يبدأ. Touchdown. Land plane. The plane يعني هبطت. Touched down at Narita airport an hour late. Touch off cause a problem occurred. The government's decision هذا الستة touched off rights at the capital العاصمة. Touch in mention. The talk touched in the issue but didn't give any new information. Touch up every appearance of something يعني نعدل على هيئة شيء ما. I couldn't be bothered to redecorate, so I just touched up the bits that needed painting the most. Touch up, touch something in a sexual way. Ya ilahi. She got angry when she tried to touch her up in the elevator. Elevator بالمصعد, holy moly. Touch upon mention. They didn't touch upon their project, touch upon them, Jen, the subject, because of the controversy or the controversy. Throw away, remove, auto, not auto. Remove a vehicle, especially parked illegally, to park in no parking zone, and they towed my car away. يعني ركنت بمحل غير ذي ركن للسيارة. Choyad. Pretend to think about things not a casual way. She toyed at getting them to help her, but then did it alone. Toy over, think about something, thought over the idea for a while, but decided not to go ahead with it. Toy with, not eat too much of meal. It was horrible, so I toyed with the food. Toy with, consider something, but not very seriously. We toyed with the idea of moving to the country, but it wasn't really practical. Try with, move or plan, more or play with something or occupy your hands. He toyed with his cup, يعني يلعب بيديه, يلعب بالقدح أو الكوب. Try with, treat insincerely. السلام. He thought she loved him, but she was just charming with him. Tracked down, found after a long search. It took me ages to drag them down in a crowd at the front at a football game. Trade down, sell something and played with something cheaper. يعني تبادل شيء بشيء أرخص. Their house of التملك is in too large now that their children is too large. Not it. شنو هذا it دخل. Children have left home, so they are going to trade down to something smaller. Trade and exchange something old as part of the price of something new. She traded in her old car for a new model. Trade and leave her wife and husband to marry. شنو؟ تزوج كان متزوج وحدة صغيرة. He traded and his wife will become a chairman. شوري شنو هذا؟ ولكن تطور الكعبة. Trade up, bargain, make a deal, compromise, مساومة. A longer work week was trade off for a pay rise. Trade off, accept something you don't really want to get something you don't want. يعني توافق على الشيء على معتضد شيء آخر والشيء بالشيء يذكره. We had to trade off space for the location when buying the apartment. Trade on, exploit, use something or advantage and تستغل. He traced on their insecurity to get his way. Trade up, buy larger or more expensive item. British wine drinkers have طبعا كلها على بعضها اسم. وهذا اللي احنا ندور عليه. Have traded up over the last few years from cheap plunk to expensive wines. حلو يشرب عبوي العراق. Trade up, leave husband or marriage something looking much better. She supported him for years while he was struggling. But when he hit the big time, he left her and traded up. Trade upon them to exploit, use their advantage. They trade upon their reputation to scare rivals. Train up, teach someone a specific skill they will need to carry on a job task. I've been training up my new assistant up. I have been training my new assistant up. My new assistant up هذا كلام مفعول به. الأصل. Trickle down. Past benefits from economic expansion through the economy or to the less fortunate. Despite the economy boom, few benefits have trickled down to the poor, الفقراء. Trip out, be under influence or psychoactive drugs. After taking the LCD, he dripped out for hours. Trip over, fall. I tripped over and hurt my knees. Trip over, fall because you hit an obstacle. I tripped over and the curb and broke my nose. Trip off. Make a mistake. I tripped off in the interview when they asked me about what I could offer the company. Trots off. Leave. The meeting was over, and so I trotted off. Trot off to go somewhere. I trot off to see the dentist. Trot out. Make a statement meant negatively. يعني بالنفي. The spokesman المتحدث trotted off out the same old and convincing excuses. Trump مو ترامب صاحبنا يخس يكون صاحبنا. Charge accuse someone falsely. The police trumped up the charges against him, and he ended up in prison though he hadn't done it. الماضي أثام البسيط. Try back, phone call. I called but they were written, so I'll try it back later. Try for make attempt to get something. I'm going to try for a job. Try it on, provoke something by being annoying or behaving badly. But children were trying on all night until I lost my temper. Try it on. I have to get something usually by deceit without great hopes or success. He knew I wasn't got to let him do it. He would just try it out. Trying it on. Try on, put it close and تجرب to see if they fit. I tried the jacket on before I bought it. Try out test. Sign test العلماء. I trying out a new drug in the fight against the disease المرض. عافانا الله وإياكم من جميع الأمراض. Try to test something to see if it's like or not to buy it. I tried out the program before I bought it. يعني أجربه أفحصه. Tried out for be tested for a sports team. He tried out for the baseball team. Tuck away, put something in a safe place. I tucked the money away in the drawer. Tuck away, eat a lot. We tucked away a huge dinner before we went out. Tuck in a tiny ends of item by clothing by time. طبعا tuck in شايف لما تخلي طفلك وترتب عليه الغطاء tuck in طببها جو اسمع نمود يشهر بالدفء والحنان. حبيب قلبي أنت الأب السعيد في الدنيا. I forgot to tuck my shirt on. شيء tuck in. Start eating enthusiastically. The dinner smells so good. طبعا so good أكثر ولا أكره. It feels so good. طبعا so good نستخدم شيء ثاني. I couldn't wait to tuck in. Tuck in around sheets. Shh. كسرة. Eat.
والله حي قبل ننتقل هاي الكلمة
duvet. duvet. هاي قمت أول أكره هذا الصوت قمت أكرهها. duvet or blankets. طبعا duvet تستفعل. To make someone usually child comfortable in the bed. كذا كتكين. He tucked her in and read. هذا شوية ليش ما أخذ أسنان هذا ماضي؟ الله عليك شنو هاي العبقرية الفذة اللي موجودة برأسك. الله أكبر عليك. Tuck in to start eating something. I was starving and tucked into that food. Tuck up or the sheet, duvet or blankets to make some unusual child comfortable. Comfortable, huh? Comfort smash. يا أبويا comfort ولا comfortable. Comfortable. She tucked her child up in bed and switched the lights off. يعني طفت الأضواء. Tune in. Watch or listen in a radio show. Watch or listen on TV. Radio show. Be sure to tune in next week. The next episode اللي هي الحلقة. طبعا حلقات المسلسل. Tune into watch or listen to a TV or radio program. Make sure you tune على قول جماعة tune يعبدون اليوم دينهم وربهم اليوبوية. Make sure you tune in to the next week's show. طبعا هاي أتبلوك هدي شوية هدي. Tune out, ignore, not pay attention. I tuned باليو بعدنا ضمن إن إحنا جماعتنا كلهم قويين بالإنجليزي. Him out because he was talking such rubbish. rubbish نفايت أقول لك rubbish هراء الهراء. Tune up improvements for machine or engine تطور شيء. He has tuned his car up for the race. Tune a musical instrument before playing. The orchestra tuned up their instrument before the concert. Turn against, stop liking and start disliking بأنك تكون ضد شيء ما. The public turned against the government when they became arrogant and ceased to listen. توقفوا عن الاستماع. Turn away and allow someone to enter place. The doorman turned him away from the nightclub because he was wearing trainers طبعا trainers هي أحذية رياضية. Turned out reduced the value, temperature, etc. The room was too hot, so she turned the heater down. Turned down rejected an offer information يعني ترفض. They offered her the job. هذا هو شنو هدي مفعول به غير مباشر. هذه شوية I got squirk, but she turned down for the top covers of the bed down to make it ready for someone to get sleep. The hotel staff turned on the bed and scattered flowers petals on it while we having dinner. يعني ما أعرف شلون أوصل لك. قلت لك هم كذلك أمس في الحلقة الثامنة لما قلت لك تسمع موسيقى جاز اطفر لا تتغدى بطل ما عندهم 2500 هذا اللي بيع زمزم هذا وين شنو من عادة انتم. فهذول يقول لك افطار صباحي. انا عارف افطار صباحي. اذا قال لك افطار صباحي حبيبي احسب انت فلوسك واخذن. شنو افطار صباحي رحمة الكعبة؟ What the hell are you talking about? Turn in, go to bed. I'll turn in half past 12 يعني الساعة 11:30 because I had an early start the next morning. عندك early next morning نمت الساعة 11:30 قصة. شنو كل ده بدأت عندك وقت الصبح. قرر يومك turn in and it submits. شنو تعطي تسلم. She turned in her paper trying to become tadpoles turns into frogs. ضفادع أو الضفادع اكتب على الضفادع. ضفادع هذه خط حلو. Turn off the machine. I turned the TV off and went to bed. طفيته. Turn on cause someone to feel attraction or pleasure. He really turns me on. Hello. ما قال sexual مرة. Turn on the machine. I turned the radio on to get the weather forecast. شغلت الراديو على مود استمع نشرة الأخبار على مود طلعت ونس. Turn on attack. The neighbor's dog همزة التملق turned on me while trying to stroke it. When I tried to stroke it. Stroke it. يبقى تضرب شرب. Turn out, produce. The factory turns out 3,000 units a day. شنو هذا؟ ايش كم حركة بالله؟ ايش كم ماكينة؟ كم منشأة؟ ماشينة؟ ماشين. Cannot produce an expected result. It looked as if we were going to fail, but it turned out كذلك يعني بعض الأشياء قد أخذت من الوحدات الأخيرة 137 إلى 145 من كتاب University Grammar News لمرفي اللي احنا دقيناه دق لعبنا بيه لعب احنا ب 45 حلقة أكثر من 126 ساعة شرح. But turned out well net. Turn out double light. She turned out the light and went to bed. Turn out a 10,000 turned out for a demonstration. Turn over, give to the authorities. The court ordered the company to turn over their financial records. Records. Record بتيجي المقطع record بتيجي المقطع ثاني record yes record سجلات وصلنا hello turn to try to get help. She had nowhere to turn to when her husband died. Turned to take up a habit. Turned to drink after he lost his job. Turn up here. He didn't turn up for a class today. Turn up, increase volume, temperature, etc. I turned the music up full blast. تاني عليت الصوت خلي. Type in, enter computer data or text. She typed the text in and printed off. Type out, write a full or finished version of a text or on computer. She typed up her say out. She typed her say out and handed it at the last minute. Type up. شوفها ما شاء الله. ثلاثة الأسباب والوقت واحد. Type up. Type a finished version. She typed up her lecture. She had up her lecture. Notes and printed them out. Urged on, encouraged. The crowd urged the players on. Urged on, persuade to pressure to accept something. They urged a deal on the company. Urge upon, persuade or pressure to accept something. They urge the contract upon us. Use up, finish or consume all the things. We use up all the olive oil, زيت الزيتون. عشر هذا النقطة اللي بتكرهها ويعني استخدمتها بكثير من التحويلات الكلمات الكتاب صوتية لتوضيح المقاطع. 10 be at market celebrator our current point in time. We always give a party on Shirin New Year يعني so we have the Shirin make important changes happen. Her appointment was CEO as her appointment as CEO ushered in the whole new phase in the company's growth. استملك vacuum up, consume, you vacuum up all the food. Vamp up, make something more exciting, attractive, etc. The price is dull and you need to vamp it up. Vamp up, invent, make up, improvise. I had to vamp up a reason for being so يعني أن أختلق سبب Veg out. Relax, doing nothing. I'm going to veg out in front of the TV tonight. Venture forth, leave something face safe or comfortable. If the storm has finished, we could venture forth. Wade in. So something to get involved often without thinking too or forcefully. He just waded in without listening to what anyone had to say. We attack the hooligans. Wait, and when they saw fans from the other team waiting to become embroiled or involved in a situation without thinking or planning usually, they waited in the negotiations and the deal collapsed. Right through, get to the end of something with difficulty, they managed to wade through the book. Wait through. Wait about with something, doing nothing, or somewhere. I waited about for an hour, but they didn't come. Showed up. Wait around, wait somewhere doing nothing. They were just waiting around to see if anything was going to happen. Wait behind, stay behind after others have left. I waited behind to ask the lecturer a question. يعني تبقى آخر الصفحة يبغى تسأل. وهذا أكثر طالب ينكره اللي يسأل الأستاذ. وأنا شايفه قبل ما تسأل الطالب حاول تسأل الأستاذ في بعض الأسئلة فكده تشوف الوجوه الطلاب مغندمة وأنتم شو عليكم؟ أنتم راح تنجحون بالأخير يلا. هذا أسئلة على مود أفهم. Put a sock in it. Waiting, stay at home because someone is going to visit. I waited in for the guy to fix that at TV. Wait on serve people restaurant. They have two people. هذا دي شوية دي شوية. هذا ليس مالتك. هذا عندهم فعل ماضي أو عندهم فعل مضارع يعني عندهم. They have people waiting on each table. Wait on sell goods. بضائع. In a shop, he waits on customers in the electronics store. Wait on provide someone with everything they need or want. He has a butler, Nadil, who waits on him. Wait for a result before being able to make a decision. They're waiting on the result of the vote before taking the final decision. A final decision. Wait till something they have or has finished. Usually something unpleasant. We will have to wait out this uncertainty. Wait up, not go to bed because they are waiting. I was waited up till they got home safe and sound. Wait up, stop imperative. متوقف. Wait up, I need to talk to you. Wait upon them, Jen. Provide something with their way. They used to have servants, خادمين, waiting upon them. Wait for results, for being able to make a decision. They must wait upon the outcome, الناتج الأخير أو الشيء الأخير of the match before they know who will they be playing. Wake up, stop sleeping. I woke up at 5:30 this morning. About 6, I'm still walk away from, leave someone you don't like. You can't just walk away from your problems. Walk away Wayne easily. She walked away for the first prize. Walk away from retract or statement. They declined to walk back from their comments despite the controversy. Walking on, enter somewhere unexpectedly and see something. He walked in on them, planning to sack him. Walk into get work without effort. He walked into the great straight out of university. Walk into be unaware of the presence of something and enter a trap or pump into obstruction. يعني ما كنت منتبه لهذا الشيء الواقع أمامك. You walked into that or you became a victim or trap, I said. Or I walked into a door and broke money. ارتطمت بالحياة انطقيت. While I go for a walk and reduce effort and illness or bad feeling, I tried to walk off my hangover. أنا ردت أن أمشي على مود أوخر آثار الثمالة. يعني اشرب دقها لقها. Walk off with, win easily. He walked off with a word. Walk off with, took something without permission or steal. Someone walked off with my umbrella, so I got soaked. Soaked أي تبللت. والمبلل ما يخاف من الاندومي، يعني ما يخاف من المطر. Walk on, continue walking. I saw the accident, but just walked on as I didn't want to have to give a statement. Walk and leave work because of a dispute with the management. The workers walked out because they felt that safety wasn't being handled correctly. Walked out, leave a place angrily, or because you are not satisfied. The film was a bore, ممل, so walked out halfway through. Walk out on, and leave someone angrily. He walked out on his wife last year. ويا وين لو سود ليل. Walk through, explain or demonstrate something careful to someone. He walked me through the procedures. Walk up, go to someone. A man walked up and asked me at the time, waltz. Waltz through, pass or succeed easily. يا حبيبي هذا مجرد هذا شوي هدي. She waltz. هي بالسيصير waltz. ليه waltz. تمام. She waltzed through the test and got the high score. Wonder wonder a place usually without telling other people. She wandered off and got lost in the crowd. Wandered off, stopped paying attention. The lecture was boring and my mind wandered off after 10 minutes. Want to leave a relationship or arrangement. Jackie was unhappy with their marriage and wanted out. War. warm up to exercise before sport يعني استحماء مستحمام يتحمى تحمية يعني يمد ايده يلعب رجله يهك من على مود يستعد يدخل اللعبة. The team to warm up half an hour before the volleyball match. نص ساعة شنو هاي نص ساعة شوط شنو ماضيين 45 دقيقة انتم تتحمون. Wash away wash away حبيبي hello. When floods or waves completely remove a structure building يعني ينتهي الفيضان. The ice cream stall on the beach was washed away on the storm last night. Wash down, drink in order to swallow something solid. Avoid the antibiotics مضادات البكتيريا. antibiotics مضاد حيوي. مضاد حيوي. شوي. I washed the antibiotics مالتك انت down with a glass of water. Wash out rain so heavily that an event has to be cancelled. Rain washed out the championship final. يعني بسبب المطر تعطل النهائي. لا. Washover suddenly experienced a strong emotion. It felt numb. يعني لما تجلس لمدة هواية رجلك تقدر. A grief washed over him يعني بأسى ومأساة. Wash up clean something used to prepare for food eating. They generally washed up to dinner يعني نظفوا ايديهم ورجليهم. طبعا ايديهم على مود ياكلون بعد الغداء الأطفال. Wash up when something in the sea or river is left on the shore bank. طبعا يعني في ببعض الحالات خصوصا في بعض الحوادث بأن الماء يرفع جثة ويرميها على الشاطئ. الله عليك. After a crash, everybody is washed upon the beach. Beach حبيبي beach. beach. لأن beach هي خوخة وبيتش هو شاطئ. beach يعني نبرة الصوت أو المستطيل الأخضر وبيتش هي العاهرة. أنت شلون ما جاي تنطق عادل. Wash up, wash face on hand. Be sure you and the kids wash up before dinner. Wash away, become very thin, weak, usually due to illness. Waste away. It washed away or the cancer got worse. عافانا الله وإياكم من الأمراض. Watch out, be careful, imperative احذر. Watch out, there is ice on the road. Watch out for, be careful of something. Watch out for the badge on the case. Many have rabies. Rabies هو ده بس ما أتذكر. ده الكلب باتس خفافيش وطاويط. rabies خلنا نشوف شنو ريبيز. خلنا نتذكر شنو ريبيز والله. ريبيز الريبيز هو أعداء الكلب مو تشالب. شنو هو تشالب؟ هو الكل يعني ما يجوز هنا يعني خصوصا بالشرق الاوسط خصوصا في دولة العراق. فاحنا عندنا يعني مرات خصوصا بالمراسلات مرات نكتب كلبي فالجماعة يترجمونه على كلام كلبي بمعنى شيء لا قلبي. احنا طبعا خصوصا احنا ما عندنا الصوت الجاء الفارسي فاحنا كذا بالكاف. يعني مثلا انجليزي انا اكتبه انكليزي او انكليزي لكن تلفظ انجليزي لان احنا الكاف من الديفيشن او الانحرافات لصوت الكاف هو صوت الجاء والجاء طبعا ما موجود عندنا باللغه العربيه. هو اسمه ده الكلب مو الكلب. يا كلب ولا كده دير بالك بويا دير بالك. وصلنا هذا watch over keep an eye on something check out there's no trouble. يعني watch over يعني انتبه لهذا الشيء انتبه لهذه الطفلة الجميلة.
The lecturer watched over the students as they did the experience. Did هنا في الرئيس حبيب قلبي هدي شوي هدي. Water down هلا أبو حبيب مو ماي قلبي حبيبي مو ماي. Make something quicker or less effective. The Freedom of Information Act was هذا كله على بعض اسم. هذا اسم حقيقي. والله was watered ماضي بسيط مبني مجهول watered down by the government and it didn't give ordinary people much access to official data files. ليش ما حد يجيب access? Wave aside, ignore, refuse to consider what someone says. says مو سيد يا سيد ولك انت. They waved aside our objections and carried on with the plan. Wave down, make a hand signal, stop a vehicle. They waved the van down and get the lift after the accident. Wave off, go to a place where someone is leaving to wave goodbye. We waved her off the station. At the station يعني رحنا وودعناها. Wave on, make a hand signal to tell someone to keep moving يعني سوي بيدك على مود خلي الشخص يقف مثل ما تناولناها بيس wave it down وwave on على مود يتقدم بخطواته. The acting was bad but the police waved us down, waved us on. Wean off. Slowly stop a dependency or someone. We will have to wean him off his obsession. However, wear away, road move gradually. The lawn has been run or worn away. has been تصريف ثالث هذا شوية لأن قلت لك has والتصريف الثالث هذا ماذا يسمى مضارع بسيط أو مضارع تام بسيط معلوم بينما البين تنقذك بمعنى ببعض الأحيان إنه have been بالتصاريف الثالثة خصوصا بالمجاهيل has been worn away by people talking across it and it's just bare soil now with hardly a blade of grass. grass طبعا عشب أو grass. Wear down makes something weaker. The schedule of my job is weak was wearing me down. Wear off stop having an effect. The anesthetic التخدير أو المخدر this the anesthesia هذا التخدير anesthetic هذا المخدر wore off and my tooth started hurting ولك هذا من التخدير مخدر. Wear out use someone until it stops working يعني تستنفذ كل طاقة الشيء اللي قدرت تستخدمه. She played the video so many times and then she worn the tape out. Weed out to remove get rid of. The company weeded out the unsuccessful sales reps. Way down on burden with responsibility duties etc. The requirements of her new job weighed down on her. Weigh in have a certain weight sport like boxing. The championship weighed in at 200 or 150 kilos. يعني بالملاكمة الوزن للمنافسة 120 كيلو. Weigh in answer an argument forcefully. He disliked the plan and weighed in with some heavy criticism. Weigh in on under an argument decision or to express a strongly felt idea. He weighed in on their immigration policies. Weigh on makes someone consider carefully the issues raised weighed on her mind. Weigh out measure a certain amount of something by weight well مثل ما شفنا بأن الوزن مو هو الكيلوغرام لا الكتلة. الوزن يقاس بنيوتن ما أتوقع الكتلة يقاس بالكيلوغرام يمكن. Could you weigh on the field out 200 grams of that for me? Weigh up SS, SS, ASS, ESS, SS, ESSA. Okay. They weigh the pros and cons يعني up careful before the يعني الإيجابيات والسلبيات pros and cons. Wired wired the weird huh? Weird, yes. Weird, yes, weird. Weird out, disturb, causing concern, worry. The way he spoke was weirding me out. Well up, feel tears starting. I felt tears welling up when I heard the news. Well up, feeling emotion strongly. Anger welled up inside us. When we saw what they had done. Well up, experiencing emotion. Emotion or feeling starting cry. Tears welled up when I heard they had died. Wheel around, turn quickly and face in the opposite direction. When he heard the whistle يعني صفارة. He wheeled around to see what was happening. Wheeled out to something like an explanation that has been used many times before and has lost its impact. He wheeled out the same old excuse last time this happened. Wheeled round, turned quickly. Turned quickly and face the opposite side. Wow, you're not wrong, is she? She wheeled around when he told her to stop. While we spent time doing something because you have nothing better to do. We whiled a couple of hours away playing computer games, whip into rapidly as a brief errand. Ben whipped into the convenience store for a bag of crisps. الرقائق المقرمشة الشيبس. Whip out, remove quickly. The police officer whipped out her radio and called her for backup. Whip out off, exit rapidly and تخرج بسرعة. Load out, whipped out of a side street without looking on the broad-sided a police car. Whip through, doing something quickly. She whipped through that task. Whip up, make food quickly. We got back late and whipped up dinner. Whip up, mix liquid food quickly to make it thick and creamy. I whipped up the eggs, the egg whites يعني. خلطت بياض البيض مو الملح الأصفر للبياض قشرته عافية. Whip up makes a liquid Whip up, make people feel more strongly about something. The boss tried to whip up some support for her new policies. Whisk away, take to another place quickly. The police whisked the mister away when the trouble started. White out. Use correction fluid to cover a mistake in written text. Could you put the typex? I need to wipe this mistake out. Wig out, become excited or lose control. He wigged out when he heard that he had failed. Wiggle out, avoid doing. He was supposed to be in charge, but he tried to wiggle out. Wiggle out of. Avoid doing something. He wiggled out of having to work late. تقريبا وصلنا للحلقة الأخيرة. Wimp out. Not to have a brave enough to do something. Not to be brave enough. I was going to have the hottest curry on the menu, but I wimped out to and had the milled lamb korma instead. Wind down, relax. I'm going to wind down this this country this weekend and do nothing.
Wind down slowly, closing business or organization. They wind or they wound the committee down after the inquiry. Wind on for film or tape to a certain point. He wind the video on to show the scene يعني قدم المشهد أو الفيديو للشيء اللي هو يده. He wound the video on to show the scene. Wind up close the company because it's unprofitable. غير ما نقدر نوفره أو ما يجيب فلوس وايد. The company was wound up when the creditors demanded payment. Wind up tighten the spring in the watch or clock to make it work. I forgot to wind up my alarm clock and overslept. يعني راحت علي نوم. ما راحت علي نوم بمعنى أنت نمت أكثر من المعتاد. Wind up irritate someone or increase their stress level, especially if done deliberately and عمد. The children are really winding me up. Winkle. سلام بك يرحب بكم. Final get information, something to that takes a great deal of effort. Take me a while to wrinkle the truth out of him. Wipe out to make someone very tired. Revising the form for the exam last night wiped me out. Wipe out to kill all the population, make extinct. ولك انقراض. The meter or the meter اللي هو النيزك أكثر من meter وmeteorite. أكثر من meter والmeteorite. Crushing to the planet wiped the dinosaurs out. Wire up make electronic or electrical connection. She wired up. She wired up a new stereo system UP as soon as she got home. Wise up, stop being stupid. His supervisor told him to wise up and stop following the rules or else he had lost his job. Word up. Get someone information device. The solicitor worded her up client before the police interview, so they go very little out of him. Word up, afraid to be quitting. Word up, you okay? Hey Allah, شو work off. Epicentrum of stress. Wait, she got to the gym to work off her anger. Work on improve, develop. Scientists are working on genetically modified crops and food. Work out and nicely. Things are going wrong for them, but fortunately it all worked out in the end. Work out, find an answer to solution. I couldn't work out all the answer to the crossword puzzle. يعني كلمة الكلمات المتقاطعة. Work over, repeat, do again. They worked it over until they had to get it right. Work over, examine carefully. They worked over the market looking for bargains. Work through, deal with, resolve problem, often emotional. It took me a long time to work through his anger after he lost his job. وصلنا للحلقة الأخيرة بقى صفحة نص صفحة مالت وإن كمل على خير وسلام. Wrap around عافية WR الفضراء. Wrap around cover clothing usually to keep warm. She wrapped a scarf around her head because it was so cold. Wrap around cover or encircle with a part of your body. She wrapped her arms around her يعني حضنت نفسها بنفسها. Wrap around cover with clothing usually to keep warm around نفس الشيء. She wrapped a cloth around his neck, his finger to keep warm. Fingers wrap around cover or encircle with part of her body. She wrapped her arms around him. Holy moly! What the hell is this? Wrap up. Cover in paper. She wrapped off the presents with a
and then I put a ribbon around him. One ribbon. علاقة عن الشريط عبارة عن شريط وردي. Wrap up, dress warmly. Wrap up carefully or you'll catch your death of cold outside in that rain. Wrap up, finish. That wraps things up, so we will end this meeting. Wrangle or wriggle out of avoiding something in a way that other people don't like. He always manages to wriggle out of any extra work we get. Right, do I make notes? I wrote her mobile number down on the scrap of paper. قطعة صغيرة. Of paper, and I have lost it. Hello. Write and send a letter to the TV station, etc. They asked the viewers to write in there with their opinions and suggestions. Write off, destroy a car. Write off? The car an accident? I wrote the car off an accident and on the motorway. Write something completely. I wrote out my notes in full to help me remember them. Write up, make complete written version. I wrote up my report and submitted it. Yak on, talk continuously, especially if it's an annoying way. He yacked on for an hour. Yammer on. Talk continuously, especially if it's an annoying way. She yammered on for ages. Yield on, surrender. I tried hard to resist, but in the end I yielded to temptation and attitude. Alhamdulillah. Okay. 0 on 2. Direct your fucking attention يعني أنك تصغر اهتمامك لهذا الشيء. تنتبه له كلش. Those have zeroed the man they believe to be responsible for the murder. Zero in on head for moves toward. The hurricane is zeroing in on Florida. يتوجه الإعصار. Zero out. Cut out funding of the project. That was zeroed out by the apartment. وزيرو اوت هو عبارة عن شنو؟ الماضي البسيط المبني للمجهول. Zero out, reduce and zero cancel, remove. The entry was zeroed out of the database. Zip around, move quickly. We zipped around the supermarket to get for the shopping done. To get the shopping done. Hello. Zip by. Pass quickly. The motorbike zipped by the car stuck in the traffic jam. Zip it. Put a sock in it. يعني اخرج اصمت. Keep quiet. Say nothing. It was zip it. So I said nothing. You told me to zip it. Zip up. Keep quiet. He was being stupid in the meeting, so we told him to zip up. Zone in, pay attention after not doing so. I was bored at first, but then zoned in. صفحة الأخيرة. دي قليلة. When things started getting more interesting. Zone in on pay attention after not doing so. I zoned in on what they were saying when they started gossiping. النميمة ما شاء الله. Zone out, not pay attention. She zoned out during the lecture because it was so boring. Zone out, dissociate yourself from a situation. I put some ambient music and I zoned out. يعني فصلت نفسي عن الواقع. Zonk out. Fall asleep. I zoned out during the film and missed most of it. Zoom in, focus more closely. The camera zoomed in and to show people's faces. يعني تقرب الكاميرا لوجوه الأشخاص. Zoom in on, Focus more closely. The camera zoomed in on his face. Zoom off. Go somewhere quickly. He rushed out of the building and zoomed off in his car. Zoomed out. Focus less closely. The camera zoomed out to show all the crowd. يعني ابتعدت الكاميرا. وإلى هنا نكون خلصنا الحلقات 10 من هذا الملف. صرفنا بهواي أشخاص، يعني لو تحسبونها يعني شوفنا بهواي أشياء متعددة، تعلمنا شلون ننطق، شلون نكتب كتابة صوتية. الكتابة الصوتية جدا مهمة. إن شاء الله في قادم باكر نبدي، يعني حاليا كملت السنة، يعني نزلت الأولى الحلقة 9 والحين حلقة 10 تنزل بها شوي عصر تقريبا بقليل عصر أن يتنزل فيديو على مود باكر، وهو الفيديو التوضيحي لكتاب Introductory Transformation Grammar لبروس إيلايز. فقلنا لو أنتم عندكم استفسارات تقدرون تكتبون بالتعليقات على مود نطور من أنفسكم أكثر وأكثر. Thank you very much and have a nice day.